10 common plants that you can use to heal your pets at home. So many of my favorite alternative remedies, they come from plants. Many of these are really common plants. They're probably in your fridge, maybe growing outside in your lawn as we speak. And these are all ones that I've used personally on my animals. I've discussed in many of my videos, and many pet parents just like yourself have used really successfully to heal some of the more common dog and cat health conditions. These are my top 10. Are you looking to learn more about natural pet health and wellness? You've come to the right place. Click the link to subscribe to Veterinary Secrets. If your dog has any type of ongoing intestinal disease, even something like anal gland problems, I encourage you to sign up for our brand new webinar. It's called Healing from the Inside Out, Natural Solutions for Intestinal Disease in Dogs. Why your dog's intestinal tract is the foundation of health. Is your dog missing vital digestive enzymes? These are signs of a digestive enzyme disorder. The gut allergy connection, this is information you really need to know. Natural remedies for vomiting, diarrhea, chronic pancreatitis, even acid reflux. I'm going to show you my top homemade gut soothing recipes you can make at home. And lastly, we're leaving time at the end so you can ask me your most pressing dog health questions. The webinar is free. It's happening Tuesday, July 22nd at 5 p.m. Pacific. You could click the link in the box below to sign up. Number 1, this is the semi-tropical wound healing plant, which I'm growing, but it weighs a ton because I got a lot of soil. This is aloe vera. Aloe is great topically for minor wounds, burns, skin irritations. Personally, I've used it on insect bites. Anytime there's like marked skin inflammation, it makes such a big difference, this decrease in inflammation, providing some pretty immediate pain relief. And topically, when it's applied to the skin, it forms the ideal wound healing environment. It covers the skin, keeps the moisture in. That's a big reason why wounds heal quicker. So if you have a plant, great. You can just break off part of the leaf, and you're actually peeling back the green outer layer. It's the inner gel without the green part attached. That's the medicinal healing properties. Your dog or cat has a wound. You can peel back the leaf or just get the gel itself from any natural co-op. You're going to squish out some of that healing gel. You're going to apply that directly over top of that wound. Do that 3 to 4 times a day, 3 to 5 days. You're going to have a marked increase in the rate of healing. Number 2, it does grow near me. I couldn't find any of the plant, but I do have it as a tea. This is stinging nettle, and this is nettle leaf tea. It is very nutrient dense. It's rich in beneficial nutrients, including B vitamins, including some of the flavonoids such as quercetin, and it can provide some really great benefits to our pets. The primary uses I see for it in our animals is for underlying allergies. So you have a dog that is itching and scratching. You need some form of natural antihistamine. You should be thinking about nettle. If you're using nettle tea, you have a couple options. Number 1, you can just use the tea bag itself. You can just put this in directly into your dog or cat's water bowl. You can just let your 50-pound dog, that's what they're going to drink. They're going to drink nettle water as opposed to just water. An easy way to provide the nettle. That's one option. The other option is to use the dried herb itself, which is found within the tea bag. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Pretty typical dose, 1/2 to 1 teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight daily. There it is there. The green little nettle. And you just mix that into some canned food for your dog or cat. You're going to need to do it for about 30 days before you can reasonably assess is it being beneficial or not. It's primarily being studied in people for allergic rhinitis. So I think some of the signs that go with runny eyes, runny nose. But we know it is this natural antihistamine. And on top of all that, it's providing some really good beneficial nutrients for your pets. So at the very least, it's providing some good thing. May even help them scratch and itch a lot less if they have an underlying allergy. Definitely worth trying. Number 3, the yellow weed, which happens to be growing extensively in my yard. This is dandelion. Because it's mid-July, the dandelion flowers have all gone. There's no more yellow, but there's still lots of dandelions growing. And the beneficial parts come from the leaves They come from the roots. The leaves, they are probably the most effective natural diuretic, really beneficial for animals that have heart disease, can help support kidney function, may be beneficial for animals that have urinary tract infections. And that all comes from the leaves, and they're very nutrient dense. But then secondarily, you have the roots. So the root of the dandelion, it's been well studied and shown to be specifically liver protective. We also know the roots themselves, they contain a bunch of different powerful medicinal nutrients which are now being used for cancer. So how would you use this? Well, number one, if you happen to have plentiful dandelions, you can use the leaves directly. You can get them in a dried out form. You're looking at about a teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight daily. Very safe. If you're looking at the roots first need to be dried. You can get these at many natural health stores. And then if the dried roots are going to be used for a dog or cat that has cancer, you'd be taking the dried root, you're going to grind it in a coffee grinder so it's ground pretty fine, not a fine powder, but small little chunks. Again, then you're going to put 1 tablespoon of the dried root in 1 cup of water. You're going to let that simmer for about 15 or 20 minutes. And that's the amount you'd be giving to a 40 or 50 pound dog once daily. And you do that once a day for about 14 days. And that's a fair time to assess whether it's going to be beneficial or not for a pet that has cancer. And I'll link to a few of the different videos I've done specifically on this, showing you exactly what to do. And a much more simpler way to use the dandelion, both the leaf and some benefits from the root, is just getting a dandelion tincture, such as that I have here, picked up from my local co-op. Standard dog and cat dose, about 1/4 of the ml of the tincture per 10 pounds of body weight. Be using that twice a day. So we're using up about 1/2 ml twice a day per 20 pounds. That'd be about Tula's dose, which is about right there. Number 4, coming from my fridge, and obviously from somebody's garden, this is parsley. Parsley is a reasonably effective natural diuretic, similar to some of the uses we just talked about for dandelion. So being used for heart disease, maybe being used for an animal that has some fluid retention with underlying liver disease. Some of the nutrients in parsley, they have some moderate antibacterial effects. Parsley is broken up. Part of the essential oil that is in parsley imparts a much better smell on the breath. So it's one of the big uses, and we're using it for animals that have dental disease. A safe standard amount of the parsley, about a teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight daily. Fine, you can use that as a diuretic. And if you want to make a mix to use it for dental disease, get yourself about 1 teaspoon of parsley, aka this. This is coconut oil. You're going to add in about 1 tablespoon. Mix it well. Tula really likes the parsley coconut oil mix. And when I do give it to her regularly, her breath is so much better. But now that I say that, the cat's breath has been really bad. So I'm just going to see if he'll consume parsley coconut, because it could help him smell better. Look who showed up on the exam table. And I didn't prompt him. He must have heard his name. I'm the cat. Okay, cat, you got to consume of this. Parsley and coconut. What do you think? Oh, kitty. Oh, that's what I want. No, come on. Yes, green parsley. If you have a cat like Cassian, this potentially could work. There's, I want your breath better. Probably also better just to chop that parsley up really fine. It'll blend a lot easier. But there you go. Number 5, this is a plant, more specific to our cats, catnip. Catnip, it's known for its mild psychoactive effects in terms of cats sniffing it, becoming pretty excited, rolling in it, being really happy with the smell of catnip. As you can see, Cassian wants to chew on some. But one of the big medicinal benefits that you primarily get from catnip is there's an essential oil in catnip called nepentolactone. And nepentolactone, it has some great flea repellent properties. So if you want to potentially naturally repel fleas, be it on your cat or even your dog, try incorporating some more catnip into their diet. You know, as little as 1/2 teaspoon per 10 pounds daily, you mix that into your cat's food. Give some of that to your cat. Mix some of that into your dog's food. There is this clear benefit of having it repel fleas naturally. 100% safe. Try catnip. Do that for 30 days. You may have a pet that has less fleas and they're healthier. Number 6, from the inner bark of the Slippery Elm tree, one of my favorite plants. This is Slippery Elm. This is one of my favorite ones because number 1, it's a very effective plant. I mean, the herb offers so many positive benefits for our pets, and there is virtually like 0 side effects. It's been widely used by thousands and thousands of animals. Big upside, virtually no downside. So some of the things it can do. Number one, just for the gastrointestinal tract. The slippery elm itself, it'll coat the tract, decreasing inflammation. So it can be beneficial for diarrhea, it can be beneficial for constipation. Number two, it's really helpful for cough. Anytime we say we're dealing with a dog with kennel cough, one of the primary big things I always suggest using, it is this slippery elm. It'll coat the airway, decreasing airway inflammation, less coughing. But not only that, because we know the fine mucous membranes, those of the lungs, sort of the trachea, the airways, those of the intestinal tract, they're also directly related to what's going on in the urinary bladder, right? It's also got this fine membrane tissue. So we know you can actually ingest oral slippery elm and give it to your dogs and cats, and it can decrease inflammation naturally in the urinary tract. So it's a great option for a cat that has feline lower urinary tract disease, a dog that has a UTI. They can also benefit from slippery elm. So yeah, this herb can do all of that. And then lastly, especially with their cats that have CKD, chronic kidney disease, many of these guys feel really, really nauseous. So often one of the big medicines we talk about using is some type of antacid. This also acts like a natural antacid. So a pretty standard dose, one 400 milligram capsule. You can break it open, put it onto your dog or cat's food for 20 pounds of body weight daily. And any cat with CKD, they've been given this long term. Our dogs that are coughing from kennel cough, you can do this, at least do that twice a day. It's going to make a huge difference. And what I really like doing with kennel cough is incorporating the slippery elm mixed into some honey. Those two in combination, probably like the ideal kennel cough remedy, right? And I've just seen it time and time again. You incorporate slippery elm with honey. All of a sudden those dogs, like in 24 hours, they're coughing so much less. Number 7, a plant that I just used last night in a stir fry, and it can also really help your dogs and cats. Ginger. Ginger has a whole array of different medicinal nutrients, one including gingerol, is being used for nausea. We talk about using it for animals that have car sickness. But probably one of its biggest benefits, and lesser known ones, is being a pretty reasonable potent anti-inflammatory / painkiller. So being really beneficial for our animals with underlying degenerative joint disease. And one of the studies I looked at, they suggested that if they were to substitute ginger tea for just regular black tea in extended care homes, they could potentially decrease the chance of all these anti-inflammatory side effects by upwards of 50%, just by that simple substitute. So that's how potent and anti-inflammatory it is. So it's something you really want to think about incorporating in your dog or cat's diet. It's just like, how do you give it to them? An easy way is to get yourself some ginger, some fresh ginger, chop it up fine. I chopped up about a half a teaspoon for 20 pounds of body weight, and just mix that into your dog or cat's water. I mean, that way they're going to get the benefit of the ginger, some of those specific nutrients in the ginger that have these anti-inflammatory properties. And if your dog or cat will drink it, great. It's unlikely any cats are going to consume that. Keeping Cassian is not particular. No, he wouldn't touch it. But for many dogs, they will. So if you've yet to consider ginger, you've got an animal with arthritis, especially an older dog or cat, think about trying it. Number 8, this is a plant widely found throughout the Mediterranean. It's actually more of a weed. That's what most people think about it, because it's actually a type of thistle. It is prickly and pokey. It's called milk thistle. Turns out though, it's grown in more than just the Mediterranean, and in fact where my brother lives. They also have milk thistle. It's growing in the pastures. Maybe growing on that ditch next to the road that you're driving on. So yeah, it's one of those plants that is pretty overlooked, and we'll look at it. No, it's just a weed. Like, what can that do? Turns out like the seeds of that plant are very beneficial. The extract is called silmarin. What we now know is probably the most important natural product to help any damaged liver regenerate from virtually any underlying cause. Like maybe it's due to an NSAID, an anti-inflammatory drug. Maybe it's due to your dog has gone into some type of compost. There's some type of fungal toxin that's damaged his liver. Regardless, milk thistle in most cases can help repair and speed up healing of that damaged liver. It's a potent antioxidant, but the milk thistle itself in particular has an affinity for liver cells. So because of that, you get a higher percent of that making its way into the liver, helping that liver heal quicker. The standard milk thistle dose, we're looking at about 100 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight daily. It needs to be given somewhere between 3 to 6 weeks. We also have a liver support formula, Dr. Jones's Ultimate Liver Support for Dogs and Cats. And the primary ingredient that is offering the most benefit in our liver support formula is the milk thistle. Tula is a great example in that about a year ago, she had a dental. Her blood work showed an extremely high liver enzyme, ALT, was over 1,000, which is huge. She recently just had a dental. In fact, she had one yesterday. Her blood work was followed up again, and the ALT level was about 300. Almost come down nearing the normal range, which is huge because it was just so elevated. The primary thing I've done different is number one, remove the thing which I think was damaging her liver. She was on far too many liver treats. Then number two, I got her on our formula. She's been on that for nearly a year. She's normalized a liver issue of any type, elevated liver enzymes. Think about using milk thistle or something like this, which includes milk thistle, SAMI, includes dandelion. All those can be really helpful for an ailing liver. Number 9, coming from my spice cabinet, probably yours as well, the golden yellow powder. This is turmeric. So the golden yellow powder actually comes from a root, widely grown throughout Asia. And it's actually been found in the wild. It's not like someone just came up with, oh, let's just try this root. But the active ingredient within the turmeric, it is called curcumin. And the standardized form, 95% curcumin, is a very potent anti-inflammatory, very potent painkiller, specifically used for cancer prevention. There is a specific paste called a golden paste for dogs, primarily involves using this turmeric, also using some other beneficial nutrients, including something like coconut oil. But a simple, easy way, if you want to just incorporate some of this, say you've got an older dog with arthritis, you can try incorporating some turmeric, but you need to be giving it with something that can be better absorbed. To make an easy anti-inflammatory paste, get yourself your turmeric, half a teaspoon of the turmeric. And I've got myself some of this. It's about a half a tablespoon of the coconut oil. And I'm going to mix those together. The coconut and the turmeric. So number one, it'll help to better absorb the turmeric. Number two, it'll make it more likely that your dog is going to eat it. There's our orangery turmeric coconut oil paste. Let's try it on the poodle. Tula is going to see if you're going to eat their turmeric coconut paste. Oh, she likes it. Okay, mystery solved. You want your dog to eat some turmeric? Incorporate some coconut oil. Wow. You do this once a day, do it for a couple weeks, and see if it's helping your dog. What do you think? Good girl. Number 10, coming from my tea cabinet. This guy here, green tea. Green tea, it's a very potent anti-inflammatory. It's been well documented that some of the nutrients within green tea, especially EGCG, are really potent antioxidants. It's got some great potential cancer prevention, in some cases even cancer treatment properties. It's got some antibacterial properties, it has some antiviral properties. There's just so many positive things going on within green tea. And I've used it time and time again, particularly for eye infections. And I've seen it, it just works so well because it's antibacterial, antiviral, as well as anti-inflammatory. So it's going to target whatever likely is causing the underlying eye problem, dealing with inflammation. Make yourself a strong cup of green tea. You've actually just used one green tea bag and about a half a cup of water. You want to let that sit, steep, and cool for about 20 minutes. Then just get yourself a syringe. If all you have is a gauze, that's fine. And you're drawing half a mil or so up into the syringe. You can use this to drip in your dog or cat's eye. So if Cassian were to have an eye infection, you can put 2 to 4 drops into the affected eye. For an acute infection, do that 4 times a day. You're going to do that somewhere between 5 to 7 days. If your dog has any type of ongoing intestinal disease, even something like anal gland problems, I encourage you to sign up for our brand new webinar. It's called Healing from the Inside Out, Natural Solutions for Intestinal Disease in Dogs. Why your dog's intestinal tract is the foundation of health. Is your dog missing vital digestive enzymes? These are signs of a digestive enzyme disorder. The gut allergy connection, this is information you really need to know. Natural remedies for vomiting, diarrhea, chronic pancreatitis, even acid reflux. I'm going to show you my top homemade gut soothing recipes you can make at home. And lastly, we're leaving time at the end so you can ask me your most pressing dog health questions. The webinar is free. It's happening Tuesday, July 22nd at 5 p.m. Pacific. You could click the link in the box below to sign up. So there they are, my 10 favorite plants that you can use to heal your pets at home. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications. Then when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book.